Yo, what's going on, guys? Ron here, aka Neos, and I just can't stop winning, guys. I don't know what it is. I came back, I had some practice in at locals yesterday, just to get warmed back up and stuff like that. Didn't do too bad. Went 2-1, pretty fair. And then today, I went back to locals. Right, I was already, warmed back up, got my head back in the game, and won 3-0 at my locals. So, got finally, like I said, finally got back into the game, and just kind of had to get used to playing, with interaction again and stuff like that. Just being gone for a little while and stuff. So, but this is the deck that I obviously I went and I won with. It's very, very, very similar to the one that I showed previously, but I made a couple changes here and there. But let's just go ahead and get right into it. So, for the Ryzeal engine, we're playing the 3 Tachyon and the 1 Bonfire. I decided to max out on Tachyon because the ratio of bricks that we play in this version is a little weird. So having Tachyon just is yes, it does play into Drolled, but just an ability to put things back like Kusanagi, Saji, Node, Star, stuff like that is kind of brick clogging your hand. Especially Saji. There was 2 times that I had Saji in hand and a way to get to Habakiri, whether it was Habakiri himself or having prayers, and having the ability to draw phase, search Habakiri, main phase, search ice, put back Saji was just really, really, really good. So yeah, that was super great. And then onto the Ryzeals, we have the 2 sword, the 2 ice, the 2 sword, the 2X, and then for the 1-ofs, we are playing the 1 node, the 1 star, and the 1 cross. So I feel like this ratio is perfect. You don't need anything else. If you could play more, obviously, right? You play one in one of these more. But I'm not playing the trap or anything like that. I considered playing the trap because there are a lot of lines where you can get to this, or if you have this, you can either usually you can set up duo drive and then just snatch a material off of it, special this, set cross, and then later on you could search another instead of searching another name, you could search plugin or plasma hole. But it's just, we're playing, like I said already, this is a brick, this is a brick, this is a brick, you don't really want to see them in your hand. So we're just trying to minimize the amount of non-playable cards in our hand, right? So I decided not to play the trap. It worked out just fine. I didn't have any issues outing any problem monsters or anything like that. So onto the Mitsurugi engine, we're playing the 3 Haba, the 1 Murakumo, the 1 Saji, the 1 Kusanagi, and then the 1 Night Sword Serpent, along with the 1 Ritual Spell, the 3 Prayers, and then the Trap. Like I said, I think this ratio is perfect. Again, this is a hard brick, the Night Sword Serpent, but it's still nice to have because it significantly increases the ceiling of your combos. So with that, that's why I decided to play this instead of Aramasu, because also Aramasu either plays into Droll whenever you're depending on your hand, where if you when you open up this, right? Because you can open up if you use this, because you don't want to usually tribute Saji. You use this and you tribute these 2, and then you don't have the search off of Aramasu to get Drolled. You just special this and you get a free body instead. The main decking the trap was super crazy. That it was so good. All the even the games where I didn't win the dice roll and stuff like that and was able to search it. There was a game where I was able to send it, discarding it off of node to special back to get an extra body to make an additional 4. And then when I specialed Saji, and Saji just added it back to my hand. So it was super crazy. But yeah, I wouldn't change any of these ratios. I really wish I could play Futsu, but I can't I can't find a way to do it. I've considered cutting this and then playing Futsu, right, and then committing more to the Mitsurugis, but again, I don't know. Maybe I'll figure it out in the future or something like that. But having the Night Sword Serpent was just so good. This card was honestly, it was just broken all day long because I just kept getting like an extra body and stuff like that. Or like I tributed off of prayers one time and then brought it back, and then I had already used X, so I used it and X to make duo, and that was really good. So for the hand traps, I played 3 Ash Blossom, I played 3 Fua, I played 2 Droll, and then I played 2 Nib, and then I played 3 Imperm. So these are all the hand traps. So 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 hand traps, which is pretty small considering, right? Like a lot of other decks are jamming in like 15 to 20. And then obviously this is a only going second hand trap. So really like going first, I have 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, which is, like I said, really, really small. But I lost my die rolls, and probably I'd say like 30% of the die rolls I lost between like since I've been back to like today, I've seen this in my hand, which I think is the proper ratio. I think you see like 3 Fs about 30% of the time. So like yeah, I would be like they'd be like draw standby main. I'd be like yeah good, and then like if I was playing against like Ryzeal or something like that, I'd wait for the 2 bodies and I'd be like boom. And then, or you just wait for them to go like effective summon from deck for whatever. Like a lot of people would start with like activate Haba, and I would just go chain Fua, and they'd just be like, well that sucks, because it's basically guaranteed 2 draws then, because they want to, unless they have Mike Murakumo in hand to summon, and they don't summon Haba from deck, or Futsu for that matter. So and then Nibiru is literally just in here for the if you disrespect my Fualos. It's a high impact hand trap to draw into that will punish your opponent. Like I had that happen today. I had, or not today, yesterday. Yesterday I had somebody play into my Fualos, and I drew like, they made me draw like 4, and my 4th draw was Nib, and then they went end of attempt to pass, and I went end of main. I imperm their Omni Negate, and they were like cool, and then I was like on resolution Nib, and I just ate their entire board. And then started off by using Haba to special Saji, and then tribute the Nibiru off my field, and then it was just over. He scooped. So, but yeah, these were all really really good. Imperm is self-explanatory. Droll was crazy. Playing against the mirror, a lot of people are like starting to play Mitsurugi Ryzeal. At my locals and stuff like that now, because they realize that the deck is like super broken now, especially with Habakiri. So but yeah, and then the last 3 cards in my deck are the most powerful ones in my opinion. We have the 1 call by, the 1 cross out, and the 1 triple tactics talent. These cards overperformed, bro. Especially these 2 for obvious reasons, bro. Just activate Droll, cool, chain. Activate Fualos, cool, chain. Like I hit Droll and Fualos and Ash with this, and I hit Ash, Droll, and Fu with this as well. And I hit one of them. I hit Perulia too, because during my siding patterns, I will actually, because of the because I mentioned before that both of the Charmies are 4s. So you can I still main deck them, because if you draw this and you have Perulia and or Fualos in the deck, and you being able to cross it out is super strong. Like somebody like dropped Perulia on me, I was like chain cross out, and they were like, you have Perulia in going first and it's game 2 after you lost. I'm like, yeah bro, I'm not trying to get Perulia. And that it was crazy. And then obviously this was crazy because people are dropping Fualos in the main now. So like whenever people are like I went normal summon what's it called? Ice effect, and they went chain Fualos, and I went cool. Special star, set, cross. And then I went overlay, make, detonator, attached. I had something engraved that I had pitched off of the prayers that I had used in draw phase. And then used ritual spell. Oh, I added what's it called? I added Saji, because I wanted ritual spell, and then I searched Habakiri, and then I went special from deck. They drew another one. I specialed Habakiri, tributed or I summoned Murakumo, tributed Habakiri, got Trap, Resolution, activated this, look at hand, and they had a starter and an extender, and I ripped the starter. For the I think it was against Regenesis. They had the it was either the quick play or it was the normal spell card, and I just ripped that, and yeah, I won the game from there. So yeah, the power spells were just super crazy. I would never cut these. So playing 41, it was perfect all day. Like I said, it was great. So moving on to the extra deck, 1 detonator because Konami hates us, 2 duo, 1 Eclipse Twins. I'll explain this later. 1 of the King, and then the power. I call them the power trio. The 1 Exciton, the 1 Dagusto Emerald, and then the 1 Dugares. So I'm going to explain these real quick because these are pretty simple, and then I just want to explain this. So 1 detonator, self-explanatory. 2 dual drive because for certain combos you can send 1 off of X, and then you can attach it later if you need to, unless you have Habakiri in hand already, then you don't need to. Then you can send like Eclipse Twins instead. But this just was really good because you can, like I said, for that, and then just having 1 whenever you're cycling stuff back with Cross and this, right? Like there's been times like I'll shuffle back with Cross, then I'll activate this, shuffle back 3 more after I summon it, and then I'll like make another duo drive and then search again. So because either 1's engraved because it got removed, or I had 1 get banished face down by a Fenrir, so just having the second one was nice. Eclipse Twins at 2. I'm just trying this for now, to be honest. But I've noticed that if you play responsibly, right, and you don't just like, and this obviously doesn't get just like belled or something like that, you only need 1 so far, and I haven't had it yet come up where I need to. So it's been good for now. We'll see if that changes, and we'll see if I run into a scenario where I obviously need the second, where usually the second one is just like for insulation. The 1 Imps, it's the bridge. Exciton was just super good for obviously like just blowing the whole board. And then Dugaisto Emerald for obviously for when Cross gets removed, and then the Dugares for the combo, your standard combo where you would draw. So, and then moving on to the more obscure ones. So these are, like I said, these are some changes that I made. So we have the 1 Baguska, the 1 Tornado Dragon, the 1 Code Igniter, and then I have the standard Masquerade for the Tachyon. We have the 1 Aggregator, obviously for sending off of X, and then the 1 Typhon. So these are like the other ones. So these are pretty normal. I've been playing these, forever. Typhon actually didn't come up today. Aggregator obviously did, going second most of the time, but yeah, it was pretty good. This came up actually, so I got hit with Ash on, I think, my prayers after tributing. So I tributed, what was it? I think Habakiri, and so I got ashed on that, and then I just added the Murakumo to hand, and then searched the ritual spell. Went summon from deck, got back prayers. Prayers got me Kusanagi. Summoned Kusanagi, added back the Murakumo, and then I did this, tributing the Habakiri off the field to summon the Murakumo from hand, which was really, really good. It's really just there if they stop Ritual Spell. If they stop Ritual Spell and you have a way to get Murakumo to hand, or if you have a way to get just anything like that, just to be able to summon, because you don't need to summon, you don't need to tribute reptiles. So like if you have Habakiri or something like that, you can make this, and then you can tribute 2 other 4s if you don't need to make an extra XYZ, and then summon it. Or usually it's made for Murakumo, but like I said, it only came out once. I'm just testing it out. It's just really strong for usually when they stop Ritual Spell, and stuff like that. So, And then the last card was the one Lizardos, just for eating up Nib. If I didn't see like Habakiri or something like that, that way, just so I could, use a body, get rid of the Nib, and then make this, and then I actually used this into a White Forest player yesterday. So I used Nib, so I nibbed him. I used Nib plus a normal summoned Molcharmy. I made this, and I was like, anything here? And they're like, nope. I went effect, banish itself, target one of their things that was in attack position, make it 800. And they were like, oh. And so I drew a card, put their thing at 800, and special X, then broke the board. And it was super broken. I found that the SP and like the IP came up very like once in the greatest of blue moons, and like honestly, like at that point you still had other plays to make 4s and make XYZ monsters. So I was just like, I don't think these are needed. But yeah, moving on to the extra deck. This needs to be changed. I'm gonna make some changes to this. I don't know exactly what yet. I know I'm probably gonna cut down on the Malice hate, because we're just not seeing a lot of Malice right now because everyone's excited about Mitsurugi Ryzeal. So the Malice hate obviously is the 1C103. So you can Tachyon search for Lancia because we hate Malice. The 3 Meows. Meows was really good against Mitsurugi. Just I actually dropped this on my turn against the mirror yesterday and today. I was like, draw phase, standby phase, activate this, and they were like, what? And I was like, what is that? And I was like, this is every time you special from grave or banishment, I'll draw a card. And they were like, oh, and they had Futsu on board. So like, since they had Futsu, Trap, and I thought they might have had prayers. So like this prevented them from summoning off of Futsu. It literally just floodgated my opponent. I got one draw. I got one draw when they activated the Omni Negate. The Omni Negate. They brought back Murakumo, blew my board, and I drew a card off of it. But it completely floodgated their Futsu, which was the whole point, which was super strong. 2 Perulia. This should probably be 3. And then this should probably be 2, so I would probably substitute for this, just because the Perulia is just super good into the Ryzeals and like White Forest and like other stuff that I see at locals. So yeah, I'm thinking that this is probably gonna go to 3 just for locals. But yeah, otherwise it still worked out just fine. This hit node too. Like I actually like chained this to I drew. So I had activated this. And then into a Ryzeal player, I drew into this, and then on Node's effect, I activated this, and they were just like, brother in Christ, like, please leave me alone. Because they gave me 1, 2, 3, 4, like 6 draws or something like that. It was crazy because of this. And then for going first, I played the 3 strikes. Just, strike was just strike actually sealed the game against a White Forest player today. At my so I went to 2 different locals, and like this one just sealed the deal against the first one I went to, and I played against a White Forest player. Like I had full board, because he drolled me. I called by it. He was like, yeah, that was the only thing he had. And then he went summon, or he went, what was it? LZ effect, send for cost. And I hit this, and then he was like, he just looked at the rest of my board, and was like, that's it. He's like, I can't play through the rest. Because he knew I still had Trap, I still had Detonator, I still had Cross Negate with Duel on Field, I still had Murakumo, I still had Habakiri, so he couldn't beat over anything. And he was just like, I just can't break the board. So yeah, these are all. I need more going first cards in this deck. I feel like I have too many cards in here for going second, but I don't side out a lot of cards when I know I'm going first. When I know I'm going first, the only thing that gets sided out is like, like 2 of the Fualoses usually, 1 of the Drolls, and then 1 of the Nibirus, because Droll isn't good to draw into, because you don't really want to droll your opponent usually, because it kills your Habakiri and your Amino. But drawing Nib is okay. but you draw like 4 in the standard combo. So if you just draw into Nib, it's fine. You just don't want to see it in your opening hand, and then you still play the cross out. So, and then the final 3 cards are the 2 Storm and the 1 Duster. I actually just picked this up today, and this card is absolutely gorgeous because I love Cyber Dragons. So this is the new art for Lightning Storm, and this thing is absolutely sick. So I'm trying to look for another one of these. These were really good. I'm considering going first to playing a package of Thrust. So what might happen is I might play 1, and then I'll cut some of this down, and then play like 2 or 3 Thrusts probably. Maybe it actually might just be like this one, and then like 3 Thrusts plus like 2 different traps. That way I can just thrust for like crazy traps, talents, stuff like that are just really strong. So, but like I said, I'm just testing it out for now. I'll probably be making changes here or there at some point. So like I said, it just all depends into the future. So, but yeah, that's the whole deck profile. Like I said, I made a couple changes. I'm probably gonna make a couple more. Also, shout out to the House of Cards for having new tokens, so I could get this baddie. She brought me good luck today, and it's probably the only reason I won. So, yeah, shout out. So, but yeah, otherwise, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell for whenever I upload again and stuff like that. And there's definitely going to be more Mitsurugi and Ryzeal content coming y'all's way. Probably like pure Mitsurugi Fiendsmith. There's a lot of stuff that I'm playing around with right now, and so look out for that. And so yeah, with that, guys, I guess I'll just catch you on the next one. Peace.